I went, listen, this is crazy. This is a crazy boost. I went from charging $150 to $2,500.
Wow.
That's the jump I made.
You have mentioned that you were underpriced.
Mm-hmm.
What did that look like? Why were you underpriced, and what did you learn from that?
So I think when you're first starting out in a business, you have to give some stuff away sometimes, right? So to kind of prove your product. But you don't have to do it forever. Once you prove it, you can like start charging. So that's where I messed up big time. So I was giving things away to people who knew me, and I think they started coming to me because they knew that they could get a good discount. And that's my fault, not theirs. You know, I wasn't setting those boundaries. I wasn't setting those expectations. And so I did start resenting a lot of the work I was doing because, you know, maybe they would have me do it for a little while and then they'd end up going to pay somebody, you know, triple what they were paying me. And so I realized something just clicked one day. Actually, I went to Sweetheart Mastermind.
Okay.
And I went, listen, this is crazy. This is a crazy boost. I went from charging $150 to $2,500.
Wow.
That's the jump I made. From when I got there at $150, I left, and while I was there over the weekend at night, I was changing everything.
Yeah.
And now, you know, so anyways, yeah, it was a big jump. Those were builds back then. Right. You know, so it changed everything for me. Yeah. And sometimes, you know, I had people say, like, you are not charging enough. Sometimes it just takes the right tone or, you know, whatever for something to click. So, yeah, I was definitely undercharging.
You have to believe in your product.
Exactly.
Because especially if you're creating it from scratch, it feels like scratch to you. But like someone else who signs up for it, they get a lot of benefit from it. It's going to help them get off the ground to where they can go spend a lot more money on another project. And you don't want to be, you want to be that end game. Maybe you have different tiers or something like that. But if you believe in if you believe in the value that you bring, you have to charge for it. And I think the discount companies, it's a race to the bottom. In the past, like I had worked in sports performance facilities, and these are $400 monthly memberships. And I remember there were potential clients that would walk in and say, "Hey, look, I'm signing up. Me and my 3 kids. I'll give you $300 per member." And I'm like, no. Yeah. Like, you see all the professional athletes on the wall that we've trained, like, no, this is the highest level training that you can get in this, you know, in the state or whatever. And they would come in, okay, I'll give you, you know, I'll sign up 6 people for $350. I'm sorry. Yeah. And then when we got to Peak, like, of course, with Peak, our structure, we can customize a lot based on the asset type and the size of portfolio and everything like that. But the important thing is that we know what value we bring. And if we discounted that, we wouldn't be able to bring that value. We wouldn't be able to afford the type of people that we have on the team, the amount of people we have on the team, the resources, the tools, the software. The tenants wouldn't have the same experience. So, like, and discounting all of this. Yeah, we're not doing anything good for ourselves just to get the numbers, just to get the volume of clients. It doesn't make any. I would rather have, and that's why we turned down 4,000 units in our first 4 years of business versus my ego saying, yeah, we manage 4,000 units. I would rather manage 400 of the right units and the right asset. So something like that would lead to burnout. It would lead to big time. Just absolutely not wanting to do it anymore.
I wasn't enjoying it. Like I was telling you, I enjoy building them now. I did not enjoy it. I wanted out. But then I was like, that's not my income right now. And you know what I'm trying to do is, you know, so I just refused to give it up. But I was actually causing more pain when I refused to pivot. I just was like, I'm pushing through this. But that's not always the way to do it. I mean, I'm not saying quit. I'm saying pivot, you know. And it took a while for me to figure out the pivot. Right.
Yeah, to figure it out or to figure out that you needed to?
I knew I needed to do something different. I just don't know. I was so deep in that I couldn't even think about trying to try something different. I was just so deep into it.
Right. Yeah, and we will say a lot at Peak, like, we have to get out of the Peak bubble. We can't stay in our brains here at Peak, because everything, if you're just surrounded and drowning in everything Peak, you won't see the writing on the wall of like what's happening in the industry around the nation or just in the state. And so if you step out of whatever you're doing, become detached from it, and then think about it from a high level and forget everything internal, you sometimes can see the decisions that you have to make pretty easily. Still not easy to make those decisions.